In this video, I'm going to go over information for Mission 1 and Mission 2 of Lesson 1. So for this first one, let me just show you. You click on Lecture, and then you've got a couple videos on me, then Level 1. Each level is going to be for each test, so you'll actually see 3 levels here when you're looking at the screen. But Level 1, there is a Mission 1 and a Mission 2. I'm going to go over those here. This is the videos for each mission, so it's what you're watching now. So for Mission 1, it's pretty short. That's why I put it in the same video. For Mission 1, anytime you have a folder, you can click on it. There's a blog here. You read this, you're going to have to pick 2 scientists that you would love to meet, living or dead. One's going to have to be male, one's going to have to be female, and you're going to explain why. You're also going to comment on another student's blog. So that'll be due the first week. Then you're going to take a quiz over the syllabus, class information on some of the important issues that I think you need to really focus on. One of these questions is going to involve you taking a picture of yourself with the schedule that will be under syllabus and schedule. The only place that you will see due dates is on that schedule. So I need to know that you printed it out and that you are looking at it. So you cannot use the excuse, I didn't know when it was due. If you don't send me that picture with that schedule, I will send out, I know not to be mean, but I will send out a attendance warning because I have to know that you have that schedule and have access to it. So the reason I do that is because when I start putting due dates within Blackboard, they can sometimes get confusing. So that sheet is your schedule Bible for the next 16 weeks or 32 weeks if you're taking it for the high school. Okay, so that's Mission 1. That'll be due the first week, pretty self-explanatory. Let's go back now to Level 1, which again is the first test. We just did Mission 1. Mission 2 is here. And the first thing you'll see for each mission is you'll see the objectives. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these objectives one by one. Many of them you're going to be responsible for learning on your own from the book, but they're pretty specific. Now, if you remember, the tests are going to be open book, but they are going to be timed. So what that means is you only have so much time to get the information. So you want to make sure before you prepare for a test that you have or know where these objectives are or have taken notes on them. These are the objectives for the activities that you're going to do for this mission. This is another folder, and this is on the activities, and for this one there's going to be several. They're not all going to be due right away in the same week, so don't worry about that. It'll take us a couple weeks to get through that. The first activity is a video from YouTube. It's a TED Talk on why we should trust scientists. Basically what you're doing with this is taking notes and you're focused on this objective. This is objective 15 of the ones we just looked at. So when you're taking your notes, this is what you want to focus on. The next activity is called placebo nocebo. Now when I click on this, the podcasts are going to start. So I'm going to turn them off. You might not be able to hear them. So one is on the effect of nocebo, which you may not be familiar with. The other one is on the placebo effect, which you probably have heard about. And then after you listen to both of those, you're going to click here and it will take you to a journal entry. And then here are the list of questions that you must answer in that journal entry. You can get to the journal entry from here. It's a direct link, or you can go up to journal entries here, click that, it'll show you all the possible journal entries, and you'll do the one on the placebo nocebo. So you have 2 ways of getting there. All right, so we're going to go back to the activities, and we have one on interpreting graphs. One is on a video on interpreting graphs that I did. I believe that no matter what your major is going to be or what you're going to do in life, you're always going to need to interpret data. Just as a person, even in your field or about your health or other issues. And then there's going to be a quiz where there's actually going to be 4 or 5 graphs that you're going to have to interpret. It's multiple choice. You can take this one twice. So if you go through it and you miss some, you can go back and watch the video and then take it again. Most quizzes are not going to be take it twice. But if you do get 100% the first time, then obviously you don't have to take it a second time. So that is the activity on interpreting graphs. Then we're going to go do an activity on evaluating online science resources. in the age of social media, in the age of fake news, in the age of fake facts, you have to become somewhat scientifically literate and knowing what is valid and what is not. And sometimes that can be incredibly difficult. I've been sucked in a few times until I look some stuff up. So what you'll see under this folder is a Word document on evaluation of scientific claims. Then there's another one on evaluating online information. And then you're going to do an assignment, another Word document. You're going to download this and then you're going to submit it back here. So to download it, you click on this, you save it, you type your answers in, and then you come back to this assignment, click on this, and then you will submit that assignment. These are the two websites you're going to use. And based on what you've learned up here, you're going to write strengths and weaknesses of those websites, and which one, if both or not both, do you think are valid or good sites. All right, so back to activities again. The last one you're going to do is called bad medicine. Even though science has its strong points and there are certain science things that are pretty much set in stone, medicine is not one of those. So when you're reading the book and going through how science should work, unfortunately with medicine, it doesn't always go as smoothly, or they don't always follow things as well as they should. So science is good, but there are ways you can do science that are not good and not valid. Now, if you look in here, there are 3 different podcasts. There's episode 1, 2, and 3. They're each about 45 minutes long. You do not have to listen to all of them. You're going to send me an email when you get close to getting this done. Now, if this is due on a Sunday night, and it will be, if you start emailing me like a late Sunday afternoon, chances are I'm not going to get on my email then. So you need to make sure you look at the due dates and that you're ahead of it and that you get which one you're supposed to do, or email me sooner so I can give you that. So you can't say, well, I emailed you at 6 o'clock and it's due at midnight. I may not be online that night. So what you're going to do is email me, and there's a couple other things I want you to tell me in that email. Make sure you read the instructions. And then I'm going to give you a number 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to click on this. And again, I'm going to have to shut these off. You don't hear them, I don't think, but I do. One is still on. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you heard all that, but they were all on and they kept turning on. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to be given episode 1, 2, or 3. There's 2 ways that you can do this, actually 3. Episode 1, here it is a podcast. I put it here as an MP3 so you can download it if you have trouble playing this. I've also put it up here as a Word document. It's actually the text from the podcast. So you can download this and read it, or you can listen to the podcast, or you can download this and listen and highlight as you go along. So episode 1, 2, or 3, you're going to be given one of those. Now the goal here is that as you're reading or listening, you are writing down the main topics and taking notes based on those topics. They all cover the same general area, but they get specific in specific areas of medicine. Okay, so once you're done listening or reading to your episode, you're going to click on the blogs icon, and that is over here, and you're going to pick the appropriate blog. Okay, so if you click on here, you're going to see episode 1, 2, or 3. This is the first one blog you did. So you're going to pick the one that you did, and then you're going to answer the questions. The questions that you're supposed to answer, I have put, let me go back here. Again, we're level 1, we're mission 2. What you need to be doing for that blog, under activities, scroll down, is right here. Now, just to summarize it, you need to read it, but just to summarize it, if you're the first person for your episode, you're going to write paragraphs based on what you think is important. If you're the second person, that does that blog for that one. You cannot write the same thing that the first person did. You have to come up with other topics that are important and write about them. If you're the third person, you can't write what the first and second person did. So the goal here is that you want to be first. There are more than one or two important things discussed in each podcast, so that shouldn't be a problem, but just know that that's the way it works. And then I will go back and I will read those, and you will get up to 20 points if based on what I've written up here, what I'm asking you to do. Now, what you are doing is if you are doing episode 2, you are giving the information to the people that did episodes 1 and 3. So you're responsible for giving them the information they need on that episode. Just like episode 1 people are responsible for giving you and group 3 what they need to know from that podcast. So this way you don't have to do all of them, but we're expecting other people to give you the basic information, the important issues. When I test you on this on the exam, it is not going to be about itty-bitty details. It's going to be about the general overview of each of these podcasts. So don't feel like you have to listen for every little detail. If it's the one that you are doing, then yes, you need to listen more and you need to get more detail. But when you're reading other people's blogs, just get the general overview of what each episode is about, and that's what you will see on the test. So that's the last of the activities for this mission. So we've done the objectives. Here's your activities. There's going to be a quiz on the terminology from test 1. That will come from, it's pretty much matching the term with its definition. So anything in here that's about definitions, especially number 1, can be on this quiz. It is matching. You have 1 time to do it, and you have 5 minutes to finish it. And I'm doing that for a reason. I want to know that you're getting into the chapters. Again, for the test, I'm not going to go through all of this. You're going to be responsible for highlighting and getting ready for the test on your own when it comes to the book part. But this is going to force you to get into the book and to not just have the book in front of you and have 20 minutes to scroll through and find the definitions. I want you reading with a purpose, finding the definitions. So again, you have 5 minutes. It's 12 or 13 matching the definition with the term. If you don't finish it in the time, it will turn off, and you will not get complete credit for it. So you want to make sure that you're ready for this quiz. Again, the goal is not to be mean. The goal is to force you into the book to start looking at this. And the last thing you will do for this mission is your thoughts and ideas on this mission. So there are 3 questions that you will answer. This will take you to a journal. So again, you can go to journal entries, or you can just click on this. And here, you did this journal already. Here is the journal on Mission 2 Thoughts and Ideas. So you'll click on that and you'll create a journal entry, and you're going to answer these 3 questions. I want to get an idea of what information you're getting out of this, not just facts. So if all you do is tell me about facts, you're not going to get full credit. I want you to tell me about your thinking and what ideas you're getting, how have your thoughts changed. And then what challenge do you see with yourself or society in terms of what you've learned? For each mission you will do this, and as we move through the missions, I will be asking you to connect the different missions. So, this one's the first one, but when you do the second one, how does that connect back to the scientific process and so on? So that will be done at the end. Now, here's the deal. I will only grade your journal if you've done the other activities. If you go ahead and do the journal without finishing the activities, you will not get any credit. So you want to make sure that you are finishing the activities before you do this. There also will be a deadline on this. So if you do it after the deadline, it will not count. Okay? And I am the only one that will be able to see these, so feel free to write whatever you'd like. Okay, so that should finish. Let me go back here. It should finish Mission 2. Level 1, Mission 2. We've now gone through all of that. Again, if you have any questions as you go through this, make sure you contact me, and I will do one of these for each major mission. All right, have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.